Yeah. Hello, hello. This is part 51 of a 100-part series. 100 days answering questions about fatherhood as a first-time father. And today's question is, what is the difference between protection and overprotection? Which is such a fitting question for where Francis is at right now in his development, because 6 months ago, he couldn't hold his head up. And there was a great risk of him suffocating if he was on his stomach for too long. And now that he's crawling and he's standing while holding on to things, there's a big question like, am I being overprotective and not allowing him to explore? Or on the flip side, am I letting him do too much and there's a great risk that he's going to hurt himself and he can't recover? So, to tell you the truth, I don't know the answer to this one. And I feel like I answer all of these questions so confidently, like I'm all knowing. This question is one I ask myself every day because I want him to gain confidence in standing, but I don't want him to fall over and hit his head. And there's so many other examples in just this current stage of development where I'm kind of frustrated with myself because I'm letting him do too much. Am I doing too little? So I think a good rule of thumb, at least that I'm living by, is to never take my eyes off him. Keep my eyes on Francis as much as I possibly can. Because all it takes is a few seconds for him to do something that could really cause a lot of harm very quickly. One great example, now that he's crawling all over the house and we are mostly on the second floor, we got carpet up here, he tries to go down the staircase head first every single time. He can go up the staircase and climb up it pretty confidently. I still got to be behind him, make sure he doesn't fall backwards, but he does not understand that he has to go down the staircase backwards. And there's nothing I can really do to teach him. I try to show him. I try to guide his legs down. He just does not care. It doesn't make sense to him. So anytime we get close to the staircase, I have to be careful because all it takes is literally 1 second and he will veer off and possibly tumble to his demise. So there are so many examples like that right now. And look, I think this is a good problem to have. This kid has a lot of energy and he's very excited by the world and he's exploring. And that just means that as a parent, I have to be completely committed and vigilant to keeping an eye on him. And look, I think the alternative is you can inundate your kid with flashing screens and they will definitely sit in one place, but then they won't explore. And I think exploring is important. Figuring out and learning how your arms and your legs can function to get you through and on top of and around things, that's really cool. So I don't want to take that away from him. It's just that I have to be cognizant of him at all times. I can't look away. I can't run to the other room. I can't run downstairs to grab this or that. I literally need to bring him with me everywhere I go. And I know that that is not overprotective. That's just good parenting. But when I'm with him and I'm watching him, sometimes it's hard for me to discern, should I let him touch this unplugged appliance? Is it bad for him to crumple up the paper and it touches his mouth for 5 seconds? It's tough. I think to answer the question, what is the difference between protecting and overprotecting? It's up to you as a parent. I think it's different for every little kid and it's different every single day. But the important part is that you always keep your eye on your kid and you're always within arm's reach. At least at this stage right here, that's the only rule that I live by every single second of the day. This has been part 51 of a 100-part series, and I will see you in the next one.